overworking could be the invisible armour that's holding you down. Imagine a star that's shining so brightly it risks burning out. It's pouring its energy into shining for all of the other stars around it, and it never stops to refuel. That's the reality of overworking, and it's a hallmark trait of imposter syndrome. It might feel like you're proving your worth, but in reality, you're depleting your own brilliance, shining for others instead of yourself. For many of us, overworking becomes a way to cope with the fear that we're not good enough. If we stay busy enough, work hard enough, or achieve enough, maybe we'll finally silence the doubters, the critics, most of which, by the way, are in here, not outside. But the truth is, overworking doesn't build confidence, it erodes it. In this blog, we'll uncover why overworking happens, the hidden toll it takes, and how we can step off the hamster wheel. If we're meeting for the first time, I'm Churchill, and I'm on a mission to help women grow from self-doubt to self-confidence so they can take their career to the next level. I used to be my own worst critic, holding myself back in my own career. So over time, I learned tips, tricks, and strategies to make sure I could get where I wanted to be. And it's these tips and strategies that I share with you. So why do we overwork? Overworking is usually driven by a deep-rooted need to prove ourselves. Here's what might be fueling the cycle. The fear of being found out. If you're convinced you don't belong, you might start to believe that working harder might make people not notice that you're in the wrong place. It might be validation seeking. Praise for being the hardest worker can feel like a safety net, even though that safety net could be closing around you and actually strangling you. And you might be trying to avoid vulnerability. Staying busy leaves little room for self-doubt. It also leaves little room for taking risks that could challenge that status quo. Overworking might feel like a shield against insecurity, but actually all it's doing is reinforcing the belief that you're only as good as your last action. And overworking doesn't just drain your energy, it takes its toll on every aspect of your life. It can lead to burnout. When stars start to run out of fuel, they actually start to collapse in on themselves. Like a star that's burning through its fuel, you actually risk physical and mental collapse. Constantly being busy can isolate you from meaningful connections, relationship building, networking opportunities. And it can lead to diminished confidence. The more you tie your worth to productivity, the harder it is to see your value as intrinsic, as in being valuable just for you, who you are. It's a bit like orbiting endlessly round a to-do list, a task list. You're always focused on it, but out here there's galaxies of joy and opportunity and excitement that you're missing because you're so focused down here. So how do we break free from the overworking trap? If you're ready to step off that hamster wheel, here's a few tips. Number one, I want you to redefine success. Success isn't about doing more. It's about aligning your efforts with your value. What truly matters to you. Shift your focus from doing to being. Number two, set some boundaries. Think of those boundaries as an atmosphere protecting you. Say no to tasks that don't serve your goals or your values. Protect your time for rest and rejuvenation. You need it. Number three, celebrate those small wins. Every step forward is success. It doesn't matter how small. Acknowledge your efforts and let go of the need to over-deliver every time. Number four, practice rest. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Build rest into your schedule, whether it's taking a walk, meditating, or simply lying and looking at the stars. When your mind rests, it allows creativity to flood in. It's when all the good stuff happens, when you're not overthinking things. And number five, recognize your worth. You are enough, exactly how you are. Your worth isn't tied to how much you produce, but it's about your unique light that you bring to the world. That's your worth. Please acknowledge it. In summary, overworking might feel like a way to prove yourself, but actually in its rawest form, it's self-neglect. By stepping back and prioritising rest, rejuvenation and meaningful work, you allow your true brilliance to shine. If overworking is dimming your shine, I've got a free download just for you called 8 Hacks to Increase Your Self-Confidence. It's a free download and it has simple, actionable steps to help you step into a more confident you so you can take work and home life by the horns. There's a free link to that right below this video, so please go ahead and download that now. As ever, I appreciate your feedback. It helps me to bring the stuff you're looking for, but it helps other people to find my stuff as well, so always appreciated. Any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Thumbs up, again, always appreciated. And of course, for more like this, please subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, remember you're amazing. Go and download the free guide, and you have an amazing week.